everyone! Today we're creating these crepe paper sunflowers. I'm starting with a piece of 16 gauge floral wire, and you can use whatever gauge you'd like. This is just what I am using. Next, I'm taking some brown crepe paper, and with the crepes going vertically, I'll be gluing it to the end of this wire, like this. And then I'm just going to loosely wrap it up, and as I'm wrapping it, adding little bits of glue to keep it in place. You can wrap it up tightly if you'd like, but it's just going to use a lot more paper. And I personally like the look that wrapping it loosely gives. So getting closer to the end, I'm just continuing the same process. So it looks like this at this point. Next, I'm cutting another piece of paper that's the same length, but it's not quite as tall. And I'll just be adding that on just like I did with the other one. Just start by adding a little glue on the side and just start loosely wrapping it. So when I got to the end, it looked like this. Next, I'm cutting another piece of paper, the same length, but I'm making it even shorter. You can tell it's pretty short at this point. And then I'm just going to wrap that at the top, just like before, wrapping it loosely and adding glue as I'm adding it. So at this point, it should look like this. Now, I didn't like that I had some big gaps here at the bottom and you could see through the top to the bottom. So I'm just adding some glue at the bottom and then squeezing it together to close some of those gaps. So it looks like this. Next, I'm taking some reddish brown crepe paper and I'm cutting a piece just like we cut before. It's the same length and height. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold that in half. And then fold that in half again. Then take some scissors and we're going to be cutting some thin pieces of fringe. And you don't have to fold it up to cut it, it just makes it faster. So once the fringe was cut, I opened it back up. Then I went through and just kind of stretched it out on the fringe. And then I cut any that might have gotten missed. Then I just went through and I kind of crinkled the fringe so it is going in different directions and isn't all the same. Next, we'll be adding it to the top just like we added the other piece. Just go around adding glue as you go. And you don't want to wrap it super tight. So it looked like this once I added that. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut another one just like the one before. Add the fringe, open it up, bend some of the pieces, and then just add it. Adding glue as you go. So it looked like this. Next, I'm doing the exact same thing and adding a third piece. So it looks like this, and then finally adding a fourth. And you can add however many you'd like to get the look you're going for. And so it looks like this. Next, I'm doing the exact same thing again, but this time I'm using the brown color. And then just adding that around the outside. Same exact process, but just a different color, and then I'm doing it one more time. So I added 2 of these brown ones on the outside. So at this point, it looks like this. So finally, it's time to add the petals. I'm cutting a piece of yellow crepe paper like this with the crepes going vertically, then fold it in half, and then we're going to cut the petal shapes. And you want to cut at least 3/4 of the way down the piece. and just cut kind of these long triangular shapes. And then open it up, and this middle one needed to be cut again. And then just go through and stretch the petals in the center so they become kind of curved shape. They're not just flat. And I tore the paper, and that's okay, just add a little glue. Then you can go through if there's any corners you want to cut off on the petals, do that. So it looks like this. So now we're just going to add this on the outside of the flower and put it down low enough that the parts where the petals are joined together does not show, you just show the petals. So at this point with the first row it looks like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a second one of these, doing the exact same thing as before. Stretching the petals out. So it looks like this, and then just adding it around the flower, but placing it slightly lower than the first one, and making sure that the petals are offset with the first row, so they're not just all behind each other. Just gluing everything together and making adjustments, so it looks like this. Finally, I'm adding a third row. You can add however many rows you like though. And I'm gluing this one on even lower. Just gluing it on just like I did with the other ones. And then at the bottom, if there's gaps, you can go ahead and glue those closed. So at this point it looks like this. Then you can just go through and make adjustments to the petals to make it look more real. Just add some variation and texture. So it looks like this. Then finally we're ready to add the green parts on the bottom of the flower. So I'm just cutting a piece like this of green crepe paper with the folds going vertically, and then I'm cutting these triangular shapes. Unfolding it and it looks like this, just going through and stretching each of those out in the center to make them curved. So it looks like this, and then we'll just be adding this at the base of the flower. So adding glue here, and then just gathering it and putting it around the flower. So it looks like this. I'm going to repeat this exact same thing again, folding it in half, cutting the triangles, stretching them out. And then we'll just glue this on the exact same way, just gluing it a little bit lower and offsetting the pieces. And I understand some of this is really fast, I'm just trying to keep this video from being super long, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. So it looks like this at this point. So I'm adding a third one of these, and this will be the last one. Just place it a little lower than the last one. Then just make some adjustments and move things around. So it looks like this. Finally, I'm just cutting a green piece of crepe paper just like this. And we'll just be gluing this around the base to cover the ends. So just adding some glue there. And then just stretch it tightly around the base here. Gluing as you go. Gathering it at the bottom. And then just cut off any extra once you've gone all the way around. And glue it in place. Then I want to cut off some of this extra here at the bottom. So I'm just taking the scissors and I'm not cutting through the wire, I'm just cutting through the paper. And then just sliding that extra off. Make sure everything is secure. And there's no gaps at the bottom. Then taking some floral tape, and we'll just be wrapping this on down. So just start it with some glue here on the paper, and it helps if you stretch this tape, it makes it stick better. And then just wrap it down the stem. If you want to add some leaves, feel free to do so. And when you get to the end of wrapping this, I like to use a little hot glue to secure it in place. And that's it! Here is your finished sunflower. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more paper flower tutorials, I'll put some on screen, and I hope you have a great day.